If this does not open up your eyes, folks, I have no idea what will.
You know, Gutenberg printed the Bible in the middle of the 15th century. The printing press printed as many copies of the Bible as Gutenberg instructed it, but it did not create a single new page.
When he's talking about Gutenberg and he's talking about printing the Bible, he is making the assertion that when you print something online, that all it is a replication of the idea in which it's being printed from.
AI can create new ideas.
No, it can't. He's a liar. AI cannot create new ideas. All AI can do is take ideas that have been given to it and regurgitate it in a slightly different way. What AI does is a more modern version of having an ebook or having a book being read to you. It's still the same expression of the original thought from the creator, but it is encapsulating a different presentation only to come back to the same core root. Nothing about this is original, folks. He's a liar. He's lying through his teeth like his father, the enemy, the devil.
AI can create new ideas, can even write a new Bible. But our book, no. It came from some superhuman intelligence.
The Bible was given to us by the creator of intelligence. The Bible was given to us by the creator of the universe. It is not some superhuman construct of a series of cultural norms or desires. The Bible is the word of God that substantiates truth. The Bible is a word of God that tells us what's real. Stop lying. AI will never defeat the truth of the word of God. What in the world are people thinking when they're listening to garbage like this right here? He's a liar, folks, and the truth is not in him. This is a Congressional Record appendix that is dated January 10th, 1963. It is a list of communist goals, and it begins to speak about a series of goals that are articulated by those who are proponents of communism in desiring to bring in Marxism into play. This is, by the way, not just a simple economic Marxism. This is a very cultural Marxism, and there's a big difference between the two. When you get into an economic type of Marxism, it is, the severity of it is still representative by a segment of danger that should definitely be attended to. But when you start bringing in cultural Marxism into the picture, it is, we are taking you over. We are going to own your children. We are going to own your families. We are going to destroy you. That is exactly what they want to do. Now, this is very important because you need to understand that everything that we're seeing right now is a direct result of all of these goals coming into play. So here are the current communist goals. I'm going to read a few of them to you, right? U.S. acceptance of coexistence as the only alternative to atomic war. U.S. willingness to capitulate in preference to engaging in atomic war. These are bigger, more nation-to-nation goals right here. And then we're going to start getting into inside the nation. Develop the illusion that total disarmament by the United States would be a demonstration of moral strength. Isn't it funny how all of the leftists are saying that they want to dismantle our weapons because they think it would be a sign of moral strength? That's exactly what their goal has been. Permit free trade between all nations regardless of communist affiliation and regardless of whether or not terms could be used for war. Here's the reason why they want to do that. They want to do that because if you have a Marxist nation that participates in the free trade world, then they are the greatest beneficiaries of the mechanism that capitalism provides and are able to take that money and be able to benefit themselves for whatever objectives that they might have to be able to accomplish whatever goals that they might have in the moment. This is the kind of stuff that's going on, folks. Promote the United Nations as the only hope for mankind. If its charter is rewritten, demand that it be set up, notice this, as a one world government with its own independent armed forces. Let me read this parenthetical to you. This is very important to understand this. Some communist leaders believe that the world can be taken over as easily by the UN as by Moscow. Sometimes these two centers, notice this, compete with each other as they are now doing in the Congo. Understand right now that there's a direct competition between Moscow and between the rest of the world, and the ideals and the thoughts and the philosophies of the Communist Party continue to propagate itself in a way that the contagion cannot be stopped. It should not be a surprise to anybody. This is an interesting one. Do away with all loyalty oaths. That means we don't swear in citizens anymore. We don't develop within United States citizens, young and old, a sense of urgency to want to be faithful to the nation in which we were given. Remove all that. This is a big one, right? Capture one or both of the political parties in the United States. Use technical decisions of the courts, notice this, to weaken basic American institutions by claiming their activities violate civil rights. In other words, what the Marxists want you to do is they want you to learn how to manipulate the court system using activist judges to weaken basic American institutions. But the one thing that the world continues to say, that the United States of America continues to stand on, that this wicked, current, demonic, devilish, satanically inspired administration continues to say, that abortion is a civil rights issue. They continue to say that it is the issue that belongs to the mind and heart of a woman, when in reality, what they are calling a civil rights issue is something that is designed to weaken an American institution. And what is an example of American institution? The family, the nuclear family. They've been successful at doing all of these things that these communists have laid out as a goal for a very, very, very long time. Here's some other ones. How about this? Tell me if this doesn't sound familiar to you. Get control of the schools. Use them as transmission belts for socialism and current communist propaganda. How about this? Soften the curriculum. What does it mean when you say soften the curriculum? When somebody says soften the curriculum, understand the meaning of that phrase, soften the curriculum, means make a curriculum that is based on subjective material that makes it less factual and more existential, so that the more existential it becomes, the easier it is to insert statements that are untrue and yet have those statements be embraced as complete truth. I have never seen the release of such a destructive contagion in all of the events where kids are being exploited in the name of a month that I cannot wait to be over. It's completely demonic. Infiltrate the press. Get control of book review assignments, editorial writing, policy-making positions. Eliminate all laws governing obscenity by calling them censorship and violation of free speech and free press. Break down cultural standards of morality by promoting pornography and obscenity in books, magazines, motion pictures, radio, and TV. Present homosexuality, degeneracy, and promiscuity as normal, natural, healthy. Please do not for 1 second forget about the fact that all of these things are sophisticated tools being deployed by the enemy to get you to want to walk in a different direction. And that direction is one that you think, although might be admirable and although might be something that is virtuous, it is actually destructive, and it will be the core reason why society begins to fall apart in a rapid fashion. I cannot emphasize enough how serious of a problem we have on our hands. We need to stop for a moment and analyze every calculated word that's being presented to us. We need to literally take the things that we're hearing on a regular basis and we need to put them in front of the Word of God. And we need to allow the Word of God to provide analysis for us. We need to let the Word of God be the one thing, the very thing, the only thing that we use to determine whether or not we see truth.